had COVID last week, which threw off our normal recording schedule. So we had to do this episode over FaceTime. So maybe it took us a little bit to find the groove, and the sound is definitely different. So I just want to let you guys know right up top. And through the power of editing, I believe he is calling me right now. Do you have your ring light on?
Still.
That's funny.
Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you okay. I don't know what we're going to do about the mix. I'm not liking my angle of my dangle, but that's just how it is. It's what this is doing to my hair. It's making me mad.
With your flannel shirt, you kind of look like a veteran.
I know. It's giving me vibes I don't want. I mean, salute to America, but definitely not
God
my
bless
particular
the
vibe.
USA.
Dang it.
Oh, you know what I should
This
do?
bothered me so much. But I'm
Since
going to
I
lock
can't-
in because I'm a pro.
Since I can't use my phone.
Well, we have an announcement for the podcast, which is the best way to get rid of this noise is to just keep talking. We have an announcement for the podcast, which is both of us have new vehicles.
Oh, yeah.
Since
Sponsors.
New sponsors. Thank you, Joanne Hazelwood and the Hazelwood Auto Group for sponsoring this week's COVID episode. Oh yeah, quick update. Will's on FaceTime. Maybe I put the boodly boop boop sounds at the beginning of this episode.
I'm on FaceTime. I'm in quarantine.
Yeah, Will's in quarantine. He has the corona.
I'm like Howard Hughes at the end of his life. I'm peeing in bottles.
Will has corona. I'm drinking corona.
I'm so bored, I almost tore a hole in my lung. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So, the story of personally my new car is I took mine in to get an oil change, and 2 days before I backed into the neighbor's new boyfriend's car. Wait, did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That day.
Yeah. Put a nice big dent in the corner of my bumper.
How was his car?
It had a little paint, whatever, little silver paint from where I hit him. But he's like, dude, I bought that car for $100 or like $500. Don't even care. Saturn is a brown Saturn.
Ooh,
So he definitely didn't care. And so 2 days prior I did that. I went in for an oil change, and then also Tammy and I have been deciding like, hey, we're going to try to get the most out of our cars. We're going to try to like do some more preventative maintenance than maybe we have in the past, because we had cars that we weren't planning on holding on to forever. But now, like with our CRV and this car, it's going to, do some of that stuff. So then when I'm there getting an oil change, they're like, do you want to do this and that? And I had already sort of planned on saying yes. I took the day off on a Friday. So I'd already been sitting there an hour and a half or whatever. I was editing the last 2 weeks podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And a lady comes up to me and she says, hey, this is what we're willing to pay you for your car. And It was more than what I paid for it. So I would be making money if I let them buy it. Except, of course, then you have to think about what cars are out there on the lot, and is it really worth getting a car? Because I got that car, it had less than 5,000 miles on it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
And so in his commuter car, I'm getting like, 37 miles a gallon and everything. And but Tammy and I have been talking. We've been missing a truck, and so she gave me this piece of paper. It was more than what I paid for it, but I even stuck it in my laptop bag, and I'm like, the cars are out there too much. And last time I bought that Fit, I had looked for a truck, so I knew what truck prices were, and the truck market especially is going bonkers.
Oh yeah.
So I'm sitting there for a half hour, and then I'm something in my head. I'm like, well, can't hurt to check it out. I'm like, I'm not gonna go searching for a car. I'll just see what's on the lot. There'll be nothing, and then I'll be fine. Well, there's this 2013 Tacoma, and it had 14,000 miles.
Crazy.
And so I asked to see it, drive it, and I bought it that day. So now I got a truck again.
Yeah.
And my payment's the same and feels great. Yeah. And it was the right price.
All right. That's how I went. I heard about your story, and our cars are similar. I didn't even plan on buying anything. I just wanted to see what it was worth and what. I'd never done a trade-in before. I didn't know how all that was going to work, and I still owed some money on my car. But also, same story. I in a year and a half put 40,000 miles on it.
Mm.
So it was coming up on 70,000 miles, and I also hit a duck on the freeway at 70 miles an hour, which put a hole in my grill and dented my hood right on the edge of my hood.
Oh, I came feet away from hitting a hawk today.
You hit a hawk?
I came feet away from hitting a hawk. It took off from the median on the freeway and it did a low takeoff. They really got to get their arms flapping.
It off to the right.
Zing.
Yeah, it came out from the right, and I thought it was just going to fly away, but I smoked it. Still got more than I paid for it. So there was one car that I saw. It was a Mazda 3 2017 with only 40,000 miles and good price, and with the difference, payments just a little bit more. It's a little nicer car, but that's all good.
Yeah.
My other one was so cheap. Also dropped my APR in half because better credit now.
Oh, nice.
So that also helped with the payment. So.
Nice. Your credit's going up. Ding, 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 ding.
Going up on a Tuesday.
Ding, 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 ding. I don't know what that is. What's that reference?
What'd you say?
What'd you say?
I said going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
it's a song.
Oh. One I should know.
Who sings it?
Oh.
Going up on a Tuesday.
I have an update from today, which is I stopped by. It's
our great grandma's funeral.
Wow, I wasn't gonna bring up the funeral.
R.I.P. a legend.
R.I.P. to a legend. Freaking what's his name?
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels.
What's your update?
Rest in power. While I was in Port Orchard, I stopped by one of my favorite places, a place you might know if you listen to this podcast, and it's the Port Orchard Walmart. And now I went on a Friday, and when I used to go on a Friday. I would go on a Friday or a Saturday. However, one difference is I went today at about 5:00 instead of a normal 10:00 p.m. Yeah. And I would like to update my Yelp review of the Port Orchard Walmart because, and it's not because all the self-checkout stands, although that annoys me. It's not because of that. It's because it smelled so bad when I was in there. It was just like sweat. Every aisle just smelled like hot sweat today. And the store was moderately busy. I'd say just kind of like normal busy.
Yeah.
It wasn't like crowded, full of hot summer day party goers or something like that.
And it wasn't hot today.
And it wasn't hot today, but
maybe it was wet white person smell. Have you heard of that?
that is exactly the smell. It was
because it was pouring down rain.
It was wet white person smell. And so I'm gonna change my Yelp review from 4.5 stars down to 4 stars because just because of the smell today. It was actually overwhelming. I'm not a big smell person, but it was a little too hot to handle today. Spicy.
Well, I've only been in my apartment in my car for the last 7 days.
Your car?
Yeah, I went in my car. Kind of quarantined in my car.
Just sit in your car.
Because I got the car the day before I got the COVID.
Oh, you got the vid from the dealership.
I asked him. He was fine. I texted everyone I was in contact with. I don't know where I got it from.
Crazy.
Someone was a carrier. And it's funny because I was just talking with the guy about the car from. I was like I haven't got it this whole time.
And weirder that you and mom had it at the same time and you're thousands of miles apart.
Yeah. Maybe it's like a generational curse or something.
Okay. Great transition. Because I had a conversation with somebody and one of the things we talked about was generational curses. And I'm not going to talk about that specifically, but when they brought that up, I spoke so eloquently. I was like so proud of myself. But I think I found my new calling in life, and I am going to. I just had. It wasn't really a revelation as much it was a crystallization. Does that make sense?
For sure.
And I'm gonna
molecules coming together in a pattern to form a
solid. Exactly. Okay, I just sent you a picture. See if you can see if you can find out what's going on in that picture.
Barbershop. Couch sesh.
Two couches facing each other.
This might be wine mug.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Wine mom. This might be wine. What was it? No, she did have wine. That might have just been water. Was there peppermint vodka? Oh, my crystal. That. See my cup? That was
water.
Peppermint vodka.
And?
Mostly peppermint vodka.
Oh, jeez. It was 16 ounces.
It was cut with water a little bit because that peppermint vodka pretty much, and it was like half warm. It tastes like you're drinking mouthwash.
A mouthwash. I was gonna say a melted candy cane.
It's worse than that.
Yeah.
There's no ice, no nothing.
Listerine.
Yeah, exactly.
The only time I ever had vodka was like that was when I was in New Orleans. Some hotel party. And it was just a bunch of 21-year-olds asterisk drinking just because.
You mean the only time you had a straight vodka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a flavored one. It was like a Smirnoff, whatever, one of those.
Freaking P. Diddy.
Ciroc. That wasn't out yet.
See, I believe this is my new calling in life, and it might be the place where I'm happiest on earth, and it's me and the ladies talking hot goss.
Around at the hair salon.
I texted Karen because this is something we would laugh about. What is it? Yeah, we're at
just you're all sitting under the perm machines talking
I said
with your Us Weekly.
It was 9:00. I got there at 6. I said, haven't got my hair cut yet, but the gossip is good. Am I in heaven?
That's funny. Oh, I was freaking watching the H3 podcast.
Was it good?
Yeah, it's hot goss for sure.
Oh.
At the beginning, and it's like I forgot that they're doing it live because it's like the after dark or whatever, which is weird. So it must have been like last night.
Was it about like, BS?
Yeah, but it must have been last night, but after midnight because it said Friday.
Oh.
So,
but
maybe it just posted on Friday or something. But
was it about Brendan Schaub stuff?
Yeah, it gets brought up, and at first Bobby Lee like literally like sits back from the microphone. And like, I'm not a part of this conversation.
Oh man!
But then he like has to jump in, and they talk about it for like half an hour.
Oh, I gotta watch it tonight.
And of course, Ethan Klein is not afraid of any sort of drama.
Yeah.
He just is trashing them and like the people he hangs out with.
Oh, that's awesome. I was thinking, I don't really like actual gossip when it's like this person might be this or might be that. Like that picture when we're just talking about like normal life stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But it was when I met that Lindsay person.
Oh, you never met her before?
I probably have met her like maybe in the past because she she runs around with people that I know. So I probably ran into her before, but
her mom was like mom's best friend in high school or something.
Yeah. But anyway, like she was like being funny and she was like hyper because she was just at freaking Whiskey Gulch dollar wine glass happy hour.
Ooh.
And so the ladies were coming in a little buzz, nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's a good wine buzz.
Yeah, just had a wine buzz going, and then that puts me in the perfect mood because I love talking. So I'll just keep talking all night long if I wanted to, and I probably would. But they didn't know me, but then it put them in a mood to just be comfortable right from the start.
Mm-hmm.
And then we just talk about life, talk about this, talk about that. We mostly just talked about anxiety. Well, we talked about people that we know. We talked about anxiety. There was a little goss. I'm not into the goss as much as I'm just into like talking about stuff and whatever.
Yeah. But, just trashing people.
No, not trashing people. That's the part I don't like.
Just kidding.
I would never talk bad about people. There's a short list of people I would talk bad about.
Only.
Yeah, there's a short list. I'm definitely taking that out.
Amber Heard.
Oh. So, anyways, I got my hair cut, and it was fun to just talk.
It looks good. You look like
me
retired GI.
Me talking with the ladies is pretty much, yeah. When I don't have my headphones on, I actually look like a normal person. It's a nice haircut. I don't look like a vet. Which is okay if you're a vet. But if you're a vet and you look like a vet, that's fine because that's your vibe. But I'm not one. I don't want to have stolen valor.
Yeah, I used to, when my hair was short on the sides, I'd always get asked, like when I was checking out if it was military discount.
Thank you for your service.
And I said yes.
Okay.
No, I never did once.
Okay, I got a real problem.
Yeah.
This has been coming up. And so I need to talk about it. Sometimes I feel like I'm making much ado about nothing. And then I had confirmation as soon as I walk into Walmart today. And that is people staring at me when I'm out in public, like staring right in my eyes or staring at me or stealing glances over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been thinking about that, and I finally...
What are they looking at?
I don't know. That's my problem. Is because I don't feel like...
Is it because you're staring at them?
No. Well, okay. So, well, first of all, I was going to say, it's not like I'm a gorgeous specimen or something out there. Tammy's like, oh, probably because you look good. I'm like, don't say that kind of wife stuff. Just give me the honest truth, you know?
Yeah.
And so it's not that. I don't look any different than any other person, I think.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it happens so much. So I go into Walmart, and from the first second I walk in there, I'm walking towards the toiletries, passing a lady in a cart, and for like 8 seconds, she's looking right in my eyes, right at my whole face. And even as she's walking, then we're walking by each other, and she gives me like
the white person straight smile. The white person lemon sucking smile.
And so I'm just like, okay, what? And I'm immediately thinking like, see,
were you wearing a mask or like
nope,
anti-abortion shirt or something?
Wait, there was a guy. He always wore like Christian t-shirts, and one of them was like, it was like All Lives Matter, and it had like a baby in a womb on it. It was like when the Black Lives Matter was really popping off.
Yeah.
And every Sunday he'd be there in like, the Starbucks, except it has like guns on it. It's like guns and coffee or something like that.
Yeah.
He'd wear that one, and then another one that said All Lives Matter with the baby.
He's a worker?
No, it was just a guy.
You always saw him.
Yeah, because we always shop for groceries after church, and then he must have too. Yeah. Except we have two different church vibes going on. His was like guns and
coffee,
being mad at black people, but mine was just like, where's the peanut butter? And so that happens. The lady's looking at me right in the face, and then not like 1 minute later, there's a guy walking by me and like this.
What are you doing to these people?
And literally 5 times he was like trying to steal a glance at me.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the thing. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes I think, am I staring at this person? Because then all this stuff about my life and my psychology, and be like, am I treating people weird? That's my little thing I'm coming into over the last, couple of years, is like, am I treating people different than I think I'm treating them, and whatever?
Yeah.
So then it's hard because you're like racking your brain. It's like, am I doing something that why are they staring at me? I don't know. Like this lady, she's just like a middle-aged lady. She's probably like 46, and she's just do. Everybody knows you don't stare at other people.
Yeah.
But why does she stare at me right in the face?
Do you think all these people are German?
Do German people stare?
Have you heard of it? It's called the Germanic stare down.
No.
It's like a culturally more accepted thing to take longer looks at people, and so when people visit from America or other places, it's shocking.
Ooh. The one I think about a lot, the Walmart, speaking of Walmarts, the Walmart in Tacoma is more multicultural, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
Right on Union there.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go into the Walmart in Port Orchard, you're lucky to see a single black person in there.
Right.
Now, it would help to speak Tagalog in there.
Yeah. I think that's just the Kitsap County.
But that's just our thing. But then,
demographic.
If you go to the Union Walmart, many more black people.
Oh, yeah.
And some different kinds of Asian than Filipino.
Definitely.
And one of the things I noticed is, like, because they have a big, like, sort of like honor culture or whatever, the older people, they have the right of way all the time. So they'll just like cut you off or whatever, or they'll do like cut right in front of you or something like that. And to you, it seems rude, but it's like, that's just like their culture. That's their expectation.
Yeah.
And they don't like smile at you or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's another one I think of all the time. Homogeneous cultures.
Which is?
Homogeneous cultures.
Oh. Yeah. What are those?
It's cultures that don't have like strong, like, you know, like America's like called a melting pot or whatever.
All right.
But cultures that are more like insular, that, you know, have sort of like one ethnicity and sort of have like more of a monoculture. Supposedly,
very little variation in beliefs exist.
There is, and supposedly there's people don't like smile at each other as much because smiling at each other is like a way to like lower your defenses, like be like, hey, we're cool, you know. Yeah. But if you have more of a similar culture where everybody sort of has the same ethnicity, same understanding, same whatever, they don't smile at each other as much because there's not need to like have those defenses lowered because you're more on the same page.
Maybe that's why that lady smiled at you, because she needed to show that she was cool. She's scared of you.
That's another thing I wonder. I wonder if I'm putting off a-hole vibes when I'm out.
But why would people stare?
I can't figure it out, and it's bothering me.
By the way, Kitsap County, 2.75% black.
2%?
Or African American. Per 2019 census.
What about Asian?
75% white. Asian, straight up Asian, 4.95.
What? That's it?
And then there's multiracial.
What about all those wives?
615.
Wow.
What?
What about all those military wives? That's at least.
I know.
That's at least a quarter.
I don't know. It says Asian 13.4 thousand.
Interesting.
It's just what it says.
Anyways, that's the trials and travails.
6.5% foreign-born citizens.
Okay. 9 days of COVID has brought Will to look at census data. Kitsap County census data.
Oh, I've watched
interesting.
So much TV.
Did you watch the Joe List special?
I watched it within moments of it coming out.
Oh yeah,
that was when I was in the heat of the fever, though.
Oh yeah, that was really good. I like that.
You watched the whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought it was really good.
Yeah, it was really funny. Anyways, we need to wrap up the last 2 weeks, and I need to mention, I hope you guys didn't mind that we played word games the last two episodes. Did you listen to the last episode?
I did. I thought you edited it down. Enough.
Yeah, good. I also needed to I was going to bring this up. Dang it. I did have things to talk about. So at the end of the last episode, it was like there was a lot of silence, but Will was laughing, still on mic. That actually saved it. Did you listen to it again?
Maybe I turned it off before the end.
Oh, what? And so you were laughing, and luckily you stayed on mic because that made it better. I walked away because I was like hurting myself. So the deal is that we yeah, we were laughing, playing this word game, and then we started laughing, but it was so late at night.
Mm-hmm.
And if I just could have like yelled one time, if I could have yelled a laugh out, it would have been over in 1 second. But because I had to hold it in, I pulled
like 11 at night.
I like pulled a muscle in my neck from holding in and laughing so hard. But then, you know what I thought about the next couple days afterwards? Because I was gonna be like, I haven't laughed that hard in so long. Because I was laughing really hard and I enjoyed myself, and it was just funny to laugh that hard, and I was holding it in, and I love that when it like hurts your stomach, and it also like hurts my neck so bad.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And so then I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't laughed that hard in so long. And I was like about to say, I was about to say in a couple years. And you go, yeah, me too. I haven't laughed that hard in a couple weeks.
What? Because I was thinking I haven't laughed that hard in a long time.
I know, because you said that. I haven't laughed that hard in so long. And I was like, yeah, me too. It's been a couple of years. And then you go,
did I really say weeks?
It's been a couple of weeks, and you said some story about you and Lauren.
Oh, I was just about to tell you that again. No, but before that, time with Lauren,
and then
it was a long time.
I know, because then I felt dumb. I was like, oh well, I guess my life just sucks that I don't.
No, it was probably another time. I think here, like late at night for the pod was the other time I laughed hard. But it was funny because it was like a couple days in 1 week where it happened.
Yeah,
and it was like noticeable.
Yeah, it was so funny. But it was also, both episodes were recorded on 420, so.
But yeah, we were high on life.
We were high on life, man.
I also got the Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Oh yeah, I'm jealous.
I was kicking myself. I was like, why didn't I get it on disc? So then I could have passed it on to you guys afterwards.
Why didn't you do
that? I was just going for immediate gratification. Downloaded it.
Sometimes you go for immediate gratification, huge. And that's when you pull along.
What was that?
You go for immediate gratification. That's when you pull along.
Yeah, tear your lung. It's huge. Like each level. Well, there's every episode of Star Wars. 1 through
9.
9. And so there's each of those, and then in each of those there's little cities that you go to that are kind of like open, and you continue the storyline through that. And so there's just so much stuff. It's not like the old ones where it's like you're going from one end of a level to the other.
Yeah.
Like through a line,
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of those. They're not golden bricks in this. They're the Kyber crystal bricks.
That's cool.
And so there's 1,173 of them or something, like in the whole game.
Yeah.
And so I have like 400 of them so far. I've put in a lot of hours, but I've done them as I'm going through, because some of them you have to go back, in free play mode, and you can have different characters.
Right. All right. You want to wrap it up?
Thanks for listening to the Bad Brothers podcast, and make sure to like and subscribe and ding that bell. Turn on the notifications, and if you want to donate $1,000 to become the Legacy Extraordinaire and get this video going, you can see all the fun we're having.
I'm getting to the point where I really want to do video, but I gotta. Man,
but now you don't want to do it until someone donates $1,000.
Well, it's just hard because it's just like I want to do it good. I don't want to just have like a crappy camera put in the corner or whatever.
That's not what Gary Vee says.
I know, content king. Content is king. Just do it. Just make stuff.
Get it out there.
So, anyways.
Alrighty.
All right. Next week, we'll bring you a better episode instead of like over FaceTime.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It was fine. Hopefully it sounds fine.
Yeah.
And you can chop it.
Yeah, I'll do some chopping because I don't think we're going to make it an hour and 7 minutes.
We'll be back to our regularly something scheduled programming.
I'm bringing jokes. I got better notes in my phone. I got lots of stuff to talk about.
Hey,
See you on the memes.
Love you, boy.
All right,